You saw the amount of email that we got. Maybe you didn't see the amount of email we got. Last time Morgan Lekstrom was on the air. He is the co-founder, executive chairman of Streamex Corporation. Their stock symbol is?
They're STEX. He's 6'7", and he's awesome.
He's 6'8" when he blow dries.
Pretty much. And he joins us once again here on the Big Viz Show.
If he puffs that thing up, you know, he's like 6'8", 6'9". How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Guys, I wear heels sometimes. It's fun.
Save that tape.
Yeah, don't save that, man. My on-clouds make, trust me.
Hey, we got a ton of email regarding the GLDY platform because what you guys are doing when people talk about traditional gold investment losing, you know, let's say 4% annually on storage, bank management fees, and so on and so forth, you guys flip that thing on its edge. Can you give a primer one more time of what that's all about? Because I think a lot of people really, no big surprise to you, because every time you open your mouth about it in circles of investment banking, you have everybody's attention. But now you got a national audience attention who's really interested in it. Talk about that one more time.
Well, I'll keep it really high level and simple for everyone that is watching this and interested in it. If you like gold and you hold gold in your portfolio and you're sitting there going, man, I'm sick of paying 30 basis points to hold gold, you can buy our product. It's GLDY, it's a gold with yield product. It is native yield. So that means you get 1-to-1 gold exposure to the ounce, 1-to-1 gold backed, but you get up to 3.5% in gold paid per year, per annum. So you have now a gold yielding gold instrument that is significantly different than the rest of the industry. It is holdable in IRAs and RIAs. ETFs can start to hold it. You'll see liquidity coming out of it very soon. So it's one of these instruments that when they invented the ETFs, everyone went, oh yeah, ETFs aren't going to catch. Same thing is happening with these tokenized real world activities, not real world asset, but activities. We're taking an activity in the real world, we're giving you yield on it, and we're making it a security, which we've done.
Well, and keep in mind, it's backed 1-to-1 by gold. And just as an educational opportunity here, ETFs are exchange-traded funds. You guys remember the name mutual funds? Mm-hmm. You know what mutual fund was for? Mutual fund took a basket of stocks in one direction. So let's take gold, for example. There was a basket of gold stocks. You had a mutual fund. There was a fund manager. You had to pay a fee to them of 2 to 4%, if I'm not mistaken. Very similar. Yeah. And you'd lose your money, but you could only trade it at the end of every trading day. So whatever happened during the day, you got the price at the end of the trading day. Exchange-traded funds were the same thing with no money manager, really, truly, except for in the entire portfolio of funds. But GLD would be a perfect example of a stock that is an exchange-traded fund, trades like a stock, and it's supposed to diversify risk, and there's no 2 to 4% on the thing. They took off, and I think, to your point, Morgan, they took off faster than almost any sort of new product in the market since almost the beginning when they started trading bonds and warrants online. I mean, it really was. I think you're exactly right. I think that you see this macro tailwind, which is undeniable. You see the fact that people want to, you know, right now during this inflationary period that you and I talked about last time, which I think is what caused all the emails, just because it was a damn good conversation, if I do say so myself. If, you know, this economy goes off like a light switch, we dump in too much money flow into the system in the form of stimuli. We could have done one of them versus doing 3 of them, cause interest rates to rise, and then guess what happened? Almost, I mean, you could have predicted it, and you may have. Gold suddenly, who'd been touted, never been cheaper, is going to go. It actually went, and I think that was the cause of it, which also further proved that gold is a hedge against inflation. Now it's one of those things, because we don't trust the fact that the economy is ever going to be back to where it was. I think that this is as much of a portfolio of ours, piece of our portfolio, as stocks and bonds, where before it was just an option, like art or something like that. Don't you agree?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess if you hold art in your portfolio, it's not really tradable, but that sounds fun. I like looking at it. It sits there on the wall. Cool. I like gold because when you look at the amount of money that was printed in the world, especially in the U.S., you look at inflation going up and down. The one thing I love about inflation metrics are they're measured by the government.
Yeah.
So they're accurate.
Yeah, that's a great point. Well,
wait, inflation's under control, but we do need to print $2 trillion more. Yeah. It's okay.
Like the Bureau of Labor Statistics giving us our numbers. I'll take ADP numbers any day of the week from a private company.
Exactly.
First of all, we talked about what got you here as a human, prior to this. And I think obviously it was chasing the fact that you can actually get a real paycheck doing this. What's next? Are there other products? I know that you're a CEO or co-founder and executive chairman of a public company. You can't tell us everything. This would tell me, the way you created this security, that there are other securities that can be had or that can be created. Am I barking up the wrong tree here, or are you guys considering anything like that in the future?
Oh, I mean, that tree is getting barked up. So don't worry about that. There will be multiple products coming out in a very short order. That being a traditional security like we've issued here that is utilizing blockchain, but also products that are just in DeFi, which means decentralized finance, which is, that crypto world that everyone's a little bit scared of. We're doing it a little different. We're going to bring a lot of security to it and a lot of faith in the product, we'll call it. That's going to be our silver product. That's getting launched here, I believe, in Q2. So that's coming up soon. The rest of it, the royalties, the streams, the copper, the oil and gas, people go, well, hold on, what are you going to do with that? Well, look at our gold with yield product. We're taking a gold bar, we're utilizing it in industrial leasing, which means we change the requirement for these lease people. Instead of being a capital requirement, it becomes an operating requirement. And to dumb that down or make it so I can understand it, it just means that you don't need to pull a line of credit to buy the commodities. We lend it to you, you give it back to us with interest in the commodity. So completely hedge free, which is exactly what these large manufacturers will want to do. Oil and gas, all of that. So we have tapped into a market that has been unexplored. If you think about that, when Apple tapped in to the iPhone market because they invented it.
Yeah, no, it's
what
true.
happened?
No, it's true. And the interesting part, and the word iPhone was not in our lexicon, 17 years ago?
Nope.
Which was just, and now it's, I can't come to my camera right now, leave me a message, because it's not just a phone anymore, right? It's a device.
Morgan Lekstrom, the co-founder, executive chairman, Streamex Corporation, ticker symbol STEEX. Morgan, I still have that soft spot in my head from when I was born, so I need you to explain tokenization to me.
I mean, that soft spot's still on mine too, so I don't know how we're going to get.
Awesome.
So look, tokenization uses something called the blockchain, and what that does is it creates a smart contract, and for simplistic terms, it ties what the asset is doing into a digital landscape.
Okay.
Right? And it makes it fully transparent one-to-one. So when you're trading your stock, you're like, it goes into the stock ether, and you see it in a DTC, and it goes over here. This is like bam, bam, trade. You can see it, it's transparent. Tokenizing a real-world activity and creating a security about it, instantly transferable. T+0, which means instant trading liquidity.
So T+1 is the transaction plus 1 day before you get your money. This is all in real time and verified and fraud proof.
Real-time verified. Real-time verified, 100% transparent.
Yeah, and so it means it takes fraud out of everything. And look, will it change the way brokerages work with middlemen? Yes. Will it change the way we buy cars with salespeople? Yes, it will. But just like anything else has, including the assembly line, and as you're seeing AI. But I'll tell you, it'll be cheaper on us as consumers. It'll be cheaper on vendors and purveyors, and it'll be the safest thing you've ever seen, because there will be no fraud, because it's almost like Mike's going to give me $1, I'm going to give him a potato, and you have the entire city of San Diego watching as that's happening to verify, did that happen? It happened. Boom, done. Neither of us can actually claim that it didn't happen, and that's a simple analogy, but it really is how the blockchain.
Is that the potato for my bathing suit?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I'm a little lost. I didn't know Mike had potatoes.
No, he does. It just goes in the front of the Speedo, and goes the other way. Says a completely different message when he's walking down the beach, or he's roller skating down Mission Beach. Morgan Lekstrom, co-founder, executive chairman, Streamex Corporation, ticker symbol ST. Only with Morgan can we get away with that. I got to get him in studio for a week. All right, keep it here. Let's sort of go with the. Mike said, I know a way to attract all the gals.